Okay, everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Monday night and it's 7:30 Central Time, and I am sorry that I've been flip-flopping on you here in terms of time, but we're back to one call on Monday night, and that call for the foreseeable future is going to be at 7:30 Central Time. So thanks for being with me tonight. One of the things that I got people coming in left and right. See, I need to get a password. Next week, there'll be a password. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, everybody. Okay. All right. So I posted something on the Team Up broadcast this morning. It was a quote from my favorite poet. Her name is Mary Oliver. And some of you might have seen it. It goes, it's so simple. And if you want to see some beautiful poetry, it's Mary Oliver. Google her. Her work is amazing. And the quote read something, not something like it, it's called Instructions for Living a Life. Instructions for Living a Life. Pay attention. Be astound. Tell about it. That's it. Be astound. And I thought that in this season of, you know, we're kind of confined, can we be astound? And so just, if you want to unmute yourself and just for the next couple of minutes, you know, what have you discovered about yourself? What have you discovered about yourself in the past 2 weeks that has astounded you? You know, when everybody else is afraid and in hiding, what have you learned about yourself that astounds you? Anybody want to unmute themselves? You know, what astounds you about the business or what you're experiencing? Because her points are so spot on. Pay attention. Be astound. Tell about it.
I'll share something, Terri.
Okay, go ahead.
I've never been more thankful for the industry that we are in. And I feel that way because I studied event planning in college, and I have gone through this kind of, at times, crisis of people looking at me differently because I'm not doing what I studied in college. Well, let me tell you, event planning is out of business right now. And I don't know anybody, any industry, that sales are up by 50%. And during, I don't know, we've never seen anything like this. That astounds me.
Well, as Mary Oliver would say, tell about it. Okay, just keep telling about it. Anybody else? What astounds you? Yes, Kathy.
Well, what astounds me is that I have customers that they're just paying, and they pay and they pay and they pay. And I'm not worried about my paycheck.
Yeah. Okay. See, isn't that nice that you can share? And so tell about it. Tell about it. I'm not the least bit concerned about my paycheck. Tell about it.
You know, people.
Who else was unmuted? Ann Hunter. What astounds you? Unmute yourself, honey.
Yes. First of all, although this has affected everyone so dramatically, we're so blessed we all still have our homes, and, you know, we're secure in that. And, you know, we were working from home. So, you know, that part of it is just wonderful that our income seems to be secure, our customer base is secure, and our workspace is secure and safe. So.
And safe. How many of you, show of hands, your paycheck went up? Look at that. That astounds me. When everybody else, hi Allison, when everybody else is losing jobs, and doesn't that break your heart? Small businesses going to be going out of business. And here we are, our paychecks are going up. That astounds me.
I think there's one more thing that astounds Ann Hunter, if she will share.
What astounds you, Ann Hunter? Would you like to share?
Well, I did get a promotion.
Oh, and what promotion might that be, Ann Hunter?
Qualifying senior sales coordinator.
Oh, and does that astound you?
Yes.
All right, okay, Mary Oliver would say, Ann Hunter, tell about it! Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. Look at you, we need to celebrate that. It's a big thing, honey, be proud. That happened because you've been showing up for a long time and you've been not retreating, but in service. Good for you. All right, we're gonna, what I'm gonna do right now is, thank you, and if you can finish up at the end with what astounds you, we can go into that a little more. You know, one of the things I just wanted you to be aware of is people out there who are not in this community, or maybe even some people who are in this community, are literally gonna go into a cycle of grief. Okay? And do you know what we're grieving, what they will be grieving? It's not a death, it's not a divorce. People are going to start grieving their loss of freedom. Okay, this is the end of week 2 for most of us. People are going to start grieving the loss of freedom. And so I don't know, for some people, this is your 4th week. I don't know where you've been. Well, for me, maybe it's the end of my 2nd week. I don't know where I was 3 or 4 weeks ago. But so I just want you to be aware that that's why this community is so important, because I've always said that isolation is the enemy of this business, but right now more than ever. So just be aware, because you're going to see it in the conversations with your customers. You might see it with some of your distributors. You might see it with friends and family. I don't know what it is. So, you know, the first step in the grieving process is denial. You know, people in the beginning went numb. All right, I can't handle it. There's too much to think about. Avoidance and the fear popping up. Of course, a lot of fear people have that they're going to catch the virus. And you know my thoughts on how well protected we are because of Juice Plus. So that's a different conversation. But that denial piece is important. Now, the next natural step in the healing process of this grief cycle is anger. And I am starting to see that flare up, okay? And this is how you heal through it. But I'm seeing anger, I'm seeing people frustrated. You know, I'm seeing them frustrated on social media. I'm starting to hear it in some of my conversations with my customers. And I'm starting to pick up on some anxiety, you know, almost paranoia, anxiety. It's natural. Your job is just to be there. Your job is just to say, I understand. Tell me more about that. Oh, isn't that interesting? Those same phrases still pop up. I understand. Tell me more about that. The next step in healing the grief is bargaining. All right, bargaining. And part of that bargaining thing is people will be reaching out, okay? They need to tell their story. Let me tell you about my cousin, my niece, my aunt, okay? It's all part of the grieving cycle. Expect this, because if we're down for another month, I'm gonna tell you this is gonna happen. Okay, so we're gonna go from denial to anger to bargaining, people needing to tell their story. Guess what hits next? Depression. Okay, and that's where we are going to be. We're going to be so instrumental in each step of this, okay, because of who we are and what we represent. But depression might hear some hostility. Okay, that whole depression piece. And then out of depression, if we help people move through it, we can only help so many people, especially ourselves, then we finally get to acceptance. And when we can get people to acceptance, that's when they start to see possibility for themselves in this new reality. So this is a cycle, it's a chart. It's Elizabeth Kubler-Ross's grief cycle. Okay, I didn't make this up. This is standard psychology, but I would really encourage you to get the chart. Okay, get the chart, be aware, right? That's what, be aware that these are the conversations that you're going to be hearing, and that our job is to be in service and not retreat. Tell me more about that. I completely understand. And the last thing I would say to somebody is, I know how you feel. That is insulting. Never tell somebody you know how they feel, because you do not know how they feel. Okay, their emotions are unique to them. But when you say, wow, okay, I understand, tell me more about that, you're giving them an opportunity. And I'm going to tell you right now that, my darlings, in it by itself can help heal the world, heal the community, and bring great growth to your business to continue that. So be on the look for that, okay? I wanted to play that with you because I think that is so, so, so important. Okay, I wanted to, our bingo, okay? So we wrapped up our bingo, and we had about 6 bingos, 4 across, and we had 5 bingos that went down, okay? And so I'm going to pull a drawing for the 4 across. There were 4 people. No, this is the one that had 6 people for 4 across, okay? And it's a gift card for $50. And the winner is, oh, it's Bonnie Davis from Savannah. Congratulations, Bonnie. Thank you for playing. And then 5 down. Okay, 5 down, the winner, and this was for $75 gift card. Aw, I don't, Allison Stearns, we're gonna keep it in the family. All right.
Well, as long as I didn't grab my own name.
Were you guys at conference when Allison did that? She pulled her own name out, and there were hundreds of names in there. It wasn't like 5 or 6 names. She pulled her own name out like crazy. Oh, wow, that was so much fun. Okay, all right. I think that was just made. All right, so we have a new bingo that's going to go into effect. Okay, the new bingo card, we'll put it on the Team Up page. And so have fun with that, because if you're filling out your bingo card, chances are you're growing your business. And I know Allison, I know the tribe did one, and, Abby, I know that. And, I put Abby's name in with us because Abby's showing up. She may be part of Team Chris, but dang it, she's part of Team Up. So Abby's name was in there too. Abby gets to double dip. Don't you think so?
Yes, absolutely.
Abby gets to double dip. All right. Okay, so I want you guys to write this down, and we're going to focus on this again next week in greater depth, but I want you to write this question down. Ask yourself, what is the greatest expression of myself that I would like to be? What is the greatest expression of myself that I would like to be? Wow. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, what is the greatest expression of because, I'm always asking you to dream and write goals, and, sometimes we just don't know what it is that we want. And I used to mentor for years with a woman who taught me that the answer is in the question. And if we asked ourselves some more compelling questions, the amazing answers would show up for ourselves. So I'm going to be posting that this week on one of our broadcasts. So what happens when you ask yourself a question like that? You kind of activate the frontal lobe. And this is, I think this is Joe Dispenza who talks about this. And he says that the frontal lobe is like the CEO, and it's going to entertain this question, okay? And then it's going to gather all of the knowledge that you have in your subconscious mind, and it's going to gather all the experiences that you've ever had. And then it's going to help you start to plant some new neural pathways. So you guys know I'm really nerdy about this stuff. I'm a real nerd about this stuff. I like to plank and I like to do these things, but I'm going to tell you, these are game changers. These questions will change because you'll wake up, you know, pray over it. This is what I recommend. This is what I recommend. Think it. What is the greatest expression of myself that I would like to be? Say it out loud. What is the greatest expression of myself that I would like to be? And write it down. Just the question. Just the question. Write it down. And I'm going to tell you, you'll wake up. I put it in my prayer journal. Okay. You'll wake up and you'll have a new insight. You'll have a new idea. You'll have a new vision. But you got to ask these questions that absolutely stimulate the mind. So let's have some fun with that. Okay, one of the things that we're going to start doing, okay, I know so many of us, how many of you have been involved in Facebook events in the past 2 and 3 weeks? Lots of them, right? And Jamie and I were talking last week. Oh my goodness, hang on, I got somebody in the waiting room over there, like I'm a doctor's office. Okay, letting them in one by one. So one of the things that we were talking about is that, you know, you've all been out there casting the net, you know, having different conversations, more conversations, more conversations. So now the time has come to have more intimate conversations. And so I know that one of the things that Jamie is doing is that they are going to be doing a version of friends and family calls, like 3 days every week. Basically, that's what it is, friends and family calls for like 3 different times every week, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. What I would like for us to do on the Team Up page, I think that's a little aggressive for us, but what is not aggressive is to start scheduling your own friends and family call. Call it One Simple Change, call it Friends and Family Call, where, you know, we talk about the product, we talk about the business, and Jamie and I had both agreed that we still need a few visuals because people learn different ways. You know, sometimes they have to hear, everybody has to hear the story, but some people need a visual. And so to pull apart maybe 5 or 6 slides from the Freedom Revolution that will give you that visual, okay? But it's the stories. So I want you to very quickly look at your calendar, and by Thursday, let me know, let Judy know when you would like to schedule your friends and family call. And then let's see if we can develop a more extensive community. One of the things I know is that we have got to go back to this concept when we start a new distributor. We have got to go back to this concept. You know, we've got lots of people coming in, 28, 29 people every month. Very few of them get to Partner Plus, okay? And something magical happens in the invitation process. That is the best Juice Plus University that you can put a new distributor in. Why? Because they're going to have to tell their story and they're going to have to learn how to extend the invitation to the product, the invitation to an event, and then over time, the invitation to the business. So we've got to get back. When we sponsor somebody new, 2 events, boom, open up your calendar, and this friends and family concept, it's so easy. So what the art of duplication, hi Brigitte, the art of duplication is this. I do one for you, okay? Maybe I do 2 for you. And then you guys should be locked and loaded and ready to do your own. Okay? How does that sound? Does that scare you a little bit? Scare you and excite you? I hope it scares you and excites you a little bit. All right? Because if it scares you and excites you, that means you're growing. If it doesn't scare you and excites you, then it's not big enough for you. So let's get some dates on the calendar. Let's get some dates on the calendar. Okay, it is 7:53. We got a new bingo game. We asked the questions. We talked about the grief cycle and what to be looking for. So let's wrap it up the next 2 or 3 minutes with, let's go back to instructions for living life. Pay attention, be astounded, tell about it. Who wants to share something that they're astounded with this month? Go ahead, Sue.
Abby's numbers, sorry.
Abby had 20 new AROs. You know, she is proof positive that social media works. She's plugging me into people that, I mean, they don't know Abby, they know her on social media, right? They said yes because of her exposure on social media. So 20, whoo, that's pretty astounding. Talk about it. Who else? Sue Christopherson, what astounds you?
I've had 3 or 4 of my customers respond lately that they want to make sure they're getting their next shipment. A couple of them had them, they needed them quicker than they were scheduled. I sent out some of the information that you had. I had about a month ago on how Juice Plus boosts our immune system.
Right.
And I sent a kind of a mass email to all my customers. And I've had at least 3 of my customers tell me, absolutely, I don't want to run out. I know how important it is. And to me, that was so validating because they're telling me that they're really embracing Juice Plus and believe the immune benefits that it gives them. And I'm just thrilled to see that message got through and it stuck. And, you know, they're more committed customers than they ever were.
You know, and what that says, Sue, is that they trust you. Okay, they trust you, and that's why they trust the message, because first it's because of their relationship with you, then it's because they've had an experience, and now with this, they're really starting to see the value. Honey, I know you're starting to develop a social media presence, Sue.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, well, you're on Instagram, right?
No, I'm not. I'm only on Facebook, but
Okay.
I've been using the story, my story on Facebook for my Juice Plus messaging. So I'm kind of, you know, I have a different Facebook for my racing and my, you know, I have one personality. I kind of have a split personality.
All right, first of all, okay, and so now that's something you can post. You know,
Yes.
You know what astounds me? When my customers are calling me saying, get it out the door quicker, something like that. That is a great social media post.
I'll work a message up and put it on my story because that's where I'm putting on my story. And I'm finding 70, 80, 90 people are seeing my story.
Oh,
That's a lot of people.
Yes, it is, Sue.
I don't know how many people are, but I'm getting, it started out one person said they liked my story. And my last post, I had 7 people like my story.
Okay, so now you have permission to go back to them and you can say to them, what about my story really resonated with you?
Okay.
That's how you continue, right, Abby? You've got to reach back out. Okay, so if somebody liked it, now you go back in and that's how you start to create that new relationship. How many of you know what Sue does for a living? Sue, why don't you tell them what you do?
I drive a race car.
She is a female race. You have got to friend her. Look at that name. You have to see the car that she drives. She is a kick-ass race car driver.
It's a nostalgia funny car. It's about 1,500 horsepower and it goes over 200 miles an hour in a quarter mile.
Okay, so look at Derek. Stop. Derek's like going, shut the front door. Yeah, I mean, she is, look at her. Yeah, she's mean. That's the real deal. All right. Okay, guys. Anybody else? We got 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
I can't wave my hand because I have a camera. But I had one customer tell me that as soon as the COVID-19 thing started, she said, Linda, don't hesitate, don't stop. If you feel like they're going to have a run on Juice Plus and it's going to be like the grocery stores, she said, immediately put in extra orders for me and the rest of my family.
Drop the mic. I'm astounded. Again, post something like that on social media. You know, my customers are coming to me saying, ship it quick. Derek, we're going to wrap up with you. What astounds you, Derek?
I finally bought a tower garden and I went live today. That astounds me.
All right. I know you're posting because I've been watching and you're doing a good job. And you're doing
Love my tower garden.
There we go. It's a game changer. All right. Hey guys, this is kind of fun. I mean, 18 of us gathered today. I love it. Okay, team up, 7:30 Central Time from now on. Spread the news, talk about it. You guys are the bomb, and I'm astounded.
Hey, Terri.
Yes.
Love my gold cards. Thank you. I got it today. I'll be filling it out.
Not G-O-L-D. I have that word don't come out good. G-O-A-L card.
Right.
Allison thought she was getting gold. I think Allison thought she was
That'd be awesome.
gold card.
But
I
it's
really
turn into gold.
did. Oh, I got mine today.
Yeah.
All right, so fill them out. Hey, and post it on the team up.
Okay.
Okay? And if anybody didn't get one and you want one, let us know. All right, guys, peace and blessings. Have a great evening. See you next week. Get ready. It's going to be an incredible month. Love you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Good night, Terry.
Good night, everybody.